Hey everybody, good morning. My name is Barry Schwartz. This is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, November 5th. And this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable, seroundtable.com over the past week. A lot to discuss. We have the Google November spam update that started rolling out this week. The Google Page Experience update for desktop is going to start rolling out in the upcoming months. Google taught us more about the Penguin algorithm. We'll get into that a little bit later. Google renamed the Google My Business program into something else, and a lot around Google Ads and so forth. So definitely stay tuned. Of course, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Loud Interactive. Loud Interactive is a Chicago-based SEO firm led by Brett D. Payne. Check them out at loud.us. Thank you so much for sponsoring Loud. For the first time in a long time, we're having a contest. This should make it a little bit more fun. This contest is I'm giving away 456 Squid Game sweatshirt. It looks like this. It's a hoodie, zip up, whatever, not a hoodie, but a sweatshirt that zip up. It's pretty cool. So I'll be giving that away, one of them, to a lucky winner. The question is, how do you win? I'll also be giving away 10 of these. I'm not saying there's 10 in my hand, but I'm giving away 10 Squid Game invitation cards. The trick is you got to figure out how many I'm holding and comment below in the YouTube video. You have to go to YouTube. So you have to subscribe to my YouTube video. I can check if you subscribe. There's a way for me to check. And then you have to go ahead and comment on the YouTube video by telling me how many I'm holding. Now, throughout the video, I might show you more glimpses of it. Of course, the video will be 4K, so hopefully you'll be able to tell and guess. If you guess right, you'll be in a chance to randomly win that Squid Game 456 sweatshirt. And I will be sending out 10 invitation cards with a note saying thank you for watching and so forth. So definitely comment below on the YouTube video. If you're watching on Spotify, you have to go to youtube.com/rustybrick. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts, you could also, if you're listening on any of these Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever it might be, check out the YouTube video at youtube.com/rustybrick. This is the Friday, November 5th video, and comment below, and I will be announcing the winners in about a week. You have until Thursday, November 11th at around 9 a.m. Eastern to submit your answers. Again, comment below with the number of cards I'm holding. And I'll be showing you glimpses of it, some easier to see and some harder to see, so you can actually go ahead and do an educated guess on how many I'm holding. All right, event, let's get into the news. All right, first up, just a heads up, I posted the November Google Webmaster report. If you want to catch up on everything that happened over the past month in Google search, SEO-wise, Webmaster-wise, take a look at that post. It summarizes pretty much everything. Now let's get into the recent news. Is the Google November spam update started to roll out this week. It's going to take about a week to roll out. It officially started rolling out on Wednesday night, November 3rd. And we saw a lot of tools kind of spike on November 3rd before the announcement. So I'm not sure if this is related to the announcement. We also saw a little bit of chatter. So I'm not exactly sure what that is. But in any event, this spam update, according to Danny Sullivan, it was not link-specific spam. It was content-specific spam. So we got that clarification later. Google has done link spam updates and core updates and so forth in the past. This is the first update we had, official update we had since July, I believe. Google has not pushed out an update since July. Maybe the page experience update finished in August, but Google hasn't pushed out a new update since July. And we had link spam updates in July. We had a July core update. We had a spam update, two of them actually in June. And then the page experience update, Predator update, June core update, and product reviews updates this year. Those are all confirmed updates, at least recently. And now we have this November spam update, which rolled out again on November 3rd, and it's going to take about a week or so to finish rolling out. So we'll see. I'm not really seeing much in terms of change. I assume this spam update only hit certain types of sites, so hopefully not your site. Sites that are spamming content-wise, I think, is the answer. So hopefully you guys weren't hit by that. But it's pretty exciting, I guess, to get a new update that Google has confirmed. Talking about confirmed updates, Google hinted several months ago that the Google Page Experience update, which is mobile only right now, will be rolling out to the desktop search results. And it is. It's going to start rolling out, according to Google, starting in February 2022. So we have a few months until that happens. And that's going to take about a month or so, maybe more, to actually roll out. Google said the Google desktop version of the Page Experience update will roll out from February 2022 through the end of March 2022. Now, it's going to include every single factor that the Google Page Experience update currently has, minus obviously the mobile friendliness factor, because desktop pages are not going to necessarily be mobile friendly. So definitely take a look at that if you are interested. I don't think this will have any impact on the rankings. Of course, Google's going to make a big deal out of it. SEOs will charge for it, which you should, but it's not going to make a huge deal in terms of rankings like the previous page experience update had. Very, 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 very small impact on the actual rankings in Google search. And Google told us that numerous times, so I don't necessarily blame Google for that, but it definitely seems to be the case where SEOs think this is going to be a big deal, and it's not. Page experience is one of many factors, and it's going to be a really, really, really small factor. Google said that the Penguin algorithm may not just ignore certain types of links, it may also go ahead and target the whole site. So Google's aim with the Penguin algorithm, which launched back in 2014, 2016 or so, Google came out with the real-time version of it, where Google said it devalues links, ignores links that are spammy, but it's not always the case. John Mueller said that sometimes when it can't figure out and isolate the bad links or the spammy links, it will go ahead and just penalize the whole site and not trust the whole website. So it's always a case where Google Penguin algorithm and other link algorithms could actually distrust and penalize the whole site, not just ignore certain types of links. So keep that in mind. Google Search Console announced this week that it was overcounting the page experience data specifically for mobile pages, which again is page experience data, but anyway, for the past 4 months. So starting in June 29th through November 1st, Google said they have overcounted the mobile page experience data. What that means, I'm not sure. I asked Google, what does that mean? Your numbers are going to go down, going to go up? What's going to happen after? And I've actually been tracking the reports, and as of the past few days, I haven't really seen any real significant changes to the page experience reports that I'm tracking across numerous profiles. So I'm not sure what that means, but just keep in mind that that page experience report, both in the page experience report in Google Search Console and the performance report where you filter by page experience, those actual reports are impacted by this overcounting, whatever that means. Google has updated their video help document for search, saying that if you want your video to have the maximum exposure, you want to make sure that video is on a dedicated landing page. Google shared this image of what that might look like. You have a title of the video at the top, the video right at the top of the page, and then a description of the video, or maybe the transcript of the video. And Google basically said you want to make sure to include that you want that video to rank well, include a video page for that, a dedicated video page for that. Google said the only way to it's required to have a video page if you want to rank in key moments, live badges, and some rich results. So keep that in mind. Google also said you can include this video in multiple other pages, but if you want it to do well, you also should have them on a dedicated video page. Keep that in mind. This post is funny. Google said they uncovered, I find it funny that they said, Google uncovered new opportunities for your job posting structured data. Like, oh, wow, we uncovered something. What? Don't uncover something. Google doesn't uncover something. Well, I don't know why they're saying that. In any event, they basically said in the blog post, we uncovered an opportunity to improve your job posting pages. The opportunity is basically, Google said, we recommend, just like they said they recommend you have a dedicated video page, they said they should say, now we now recommend that you include the full description, all the requirements, all the data about your job postings in the structured data field for job description. So the description field in the job posting data include all the information, requirements and so forth in that thing, and that will give you more exposure, just like with videos, give you more exposures to your job postings if you include more information, including the requirements of the job, the skills you need, and the details about that job posting. So Google uncovered this, but it's just weird how they wrote it. In any event, if you are using job postings, include more information in your description field in the structured data. Google said that they use more signals, or many signals, to determine if a blog post is a guest blog post, not just a blog post. And it's not just anchor text. So Google didn't say which ones, but Google's like, it's not just about the anchor text on the blog post that we figure out if it's a guest blog post. We figure it out based on many signals. And I assume part of that is actually author. Google My Business is going away. Google My Business announced yesterday that it's being renamed from Google My Business to Google Business Profile. And Google said with that, the Google My Business mobile app is going away in 2022. Google is going to tell people who manage single businesses, like you have one business or whatever it might be with one location, to manage that business directly in Google Search and Google Maps, either on the web interface, Google Search or Maps, or in the Google Search app or in the Google Maps app. So all you got to do is search for your business name by name or search for My Business. You can now claim and verify your business by searching for its name directly in Google Search. You'll be able to pretty much manage everything in Google Search or Google Master Your Business. And Google My Business, which is still named Google My Business on the website, they're going to be rebranding it to Google Business Profile. That's going to be the place where there's going to be a Google Business Profile Manager where you can actually go ahead and manage multiple listings if you have a chain, or you have multiple locations, or you're a local SEO that you do a lot of businesses and management there. So keep that in mind. This change is going to be happening. Google's been hinting at it for a while, where they keep referencing Google Business Profile, not Google My Business, and now it's actually happening. So, I think this is like the 5th name Google had for Google My Business. So it was, in the early days, Google Local Business Profiles, then it was Google Places, then it was Google Plus Local, then it was Google My Business, and now it's Google Business Profile. Talking about name changes, it's just insane. Moving on, Google My Business actually launched what's called a setting to control read receipts. So not only in the Google Business Profile will you be able to manage your business profile, you'll be able to chat, message with customers, and now there's a setting for, do you want your customers to see if you receive their message, like read receipt or not. So that's pretty new there as well. Google Merchant Center has added a new way to calculate the shipping speeds of your products that you actually put in the Google My Business Center. There's 2 new ways to do that. One is by using delivery location and information from your shipping carrier. So you can say it's UPS, USPS, whatever, FedEx, and Google will figure it out from there. And 2 is using historical order tracking and shipping data from your partner. So based on historically shipping to this place and that place, we know it's going to take this amount of time. So that's a new feature for Google My Merchant Center. Google Merchant Center also added a new reporting and new features for deals. So you can actually see how well your deal badges are performing in Google Merchant Center to see if those deals are performing well or not. And there's also a little bit more features around Google Deals and so forth for the upcoming holiday season. So definitely take a look at that as well. Google Search Console started sending out notices about the Google Assistant or Duplex from the web, helping users who are using Chrome to automatically change their passwords in a more automated fashion. Basically password management system. So definitely take a look at that. If you're getting those, don't worry, a lot of people are. Google Ads announced Performance Max campaigns are now available to all. It's a way to basically allow performance advertisers to access all of their Google ad inventory from a single place. So across all their different campaigns, search, discover, YouTube, Gmail, Maps, manage it all in one place. It makes it a little bit easier there. Also with that is Google said let me quote you, they will become the next generation, they meaning the Google Performance Max, will become the next generation of smart shopping and local campaigns, which will upgrade the Performance Max next year. So just keep that in mind in terms of what's going on with Google Ads and Performance Max that's happening in the upcoming months. Google Ads also launched new conversion goals, tag assistant support for conversions, as well as new explanations for your conversions as well. So if you're using conversions tracking and so forth, definitely take a look at that. You can actually even then do you can do goals and performance based off of your conversions and so forth, which is pretty cool. And Google has this weird ad glitch around, I think, location types of data. So the first thing is users getting an ad isn't showing now over location match issues. Here's a screenshot of that issue. The ad is not showing. That's supposedly been going on for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Google said they fixed it. I don't know if they did. And then also there's a new destination mismatch issue reported by Nikki and other people. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but keep in mind that there's this ad bug which is going on for Google Ads for a long, long time. And I'm not sure what's going on. Google is aware of it. Hopefully they're fixing it. It seems to be related to location settings, and if you are doing location settings there. Google updated their policy center with new design and features. This specifically works for Google AdSense, Google AdMob, and Google Ad Manager. They added a bunch of features, including a health summary screen. They also added a way to filter more based on different parameters, and a new comprehensive issues table that shows you all the issues with that. Google, this is hilarious. So we talk about zero clicks and us webmasters and SEOs and publishers being nervous about zero clicks. It seems Google is nervous about zero clicks as well. So what happens is whenever Google does a Google Doodle and you click on the logo, generally it'll lead to a search results page. Generally for that search results page, what you'll get are top news stories covering the Google Doodle. So Google posted a Doodle, let's say about somebody's birthday. You click on their name, click on the Doodle, it shows you a search result set for that name. Often the top stories carousel will have information about the Google Doodle. Now Google's like, oh, I don't want those news sites getting that traffic. I'm gonna go ahead and put a behind the Doodles box at the top of the search results so that people could actually not go to the news results, but go to the actual Google Doodle page to learn more about that doodle. Very interesting. I find it hilarious. Not sure why other SEOs who were following this zero-click stuff didn't really follow it, but in any event, it's pretty funny. And then Google's Danny Sullivan said that Google is hiring a spam fighter, a search quality analyst. So if you're interested in working at Google, you definitely can as a search spam fighter. Google Search Quality Analyst, there's a job posting that you can actually apply for. It seems like it's an in-person job. I'm not sure if it's going to be in person today or when you actually sign up, but it will be in person in the Googleplex in Mountain View, California. So keep that in mind. In any event, thank you so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. Thank you for sponsoring Loud Interactive, loud.us. Please do check them out. And of course, if you're interested in winning that contest and winning that 456 t-shirt, or sweatshirt, and also getting a card from me in the mail with this invitation card, definitely comment below in the YouTube video and guess how many actually are there and put the number, and I will go ahead and respond to you if you win. The first 10 that get the number right will get a invitation card mailed to them, and one of those 10 will be picked randomly to actually win the sweatshirt. So thank you again for watching the video. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next.